joining me today, guys, once again. And today is about giving too much or not getting any. I don't know. So today is about the art of receiving. What do we know about the art of receiving? So if you're watching this video, you probably feel as if you give too much and you never get enough back. Okay, or at least at one point you have felt that way. Hey, for sure. And I just want to touch up a little bit about the art of receiving. So part of the reason why people don't get, people don't receive, people don't get the love that they give, right? Why people don't feel equal in that sense is because you don't allow it. You're not allowing the blessings to come into your space. And then you say to yourself, like, what do you mean? Like, I want love. Of course I would allow love. I want, all the hugs that I give out, I want them to come back, and I want to feel equal. I want to feel equally loved as I love others. And the truth is that many of us cannot accept love. We don't embrace love, or we don't embrace also the blessings of the universe. The blessings of the universe don't only come in a relationship. They don't only come in getting the approval of this one person that you've been trying to get the approval from forever, right? You know what I'm talking about. And it doesn't come like that. It comes through the tiny little things. The blessings of the universe are the tiny little things, the little gifts, the little invites, the little, take you out to lunch time. And that is a blessing, and that is receiving. Because even if somebody wants to invite you to lunch, and then you're like, no, it's okay, like, we can split it, it's all right, or no, I can pay for my half, or take it. It's a blessing. They are part of the universe, meaning that they are the universe. And the universe is offering you a blessing. So that is how you start to receive. And many of us, we continue to block it in so many different ways, right? Not accepting a thank you, not accepting a compliment. This is the biggest one. Not accepting a compliment. It's like if you want love to come into your life, you have to accept compliments and little gifts and little things, little tiny things that are to your favor. You have to be grateful for them and accept them. And that is how, when we start to receive, and receive doesn't only come through gifts and things, but just life in general, feeling good, having our neighbors walk by and say hello to us. That is actually tuning into abundance. And when we start to allow the little things to come into our lives, then bigger things start to come into our lives, because we are ready to accept love. Because all these little things that are coming into your life are love. They're little gestures of love from yourself, from the universe, and it really is from yourself as well. You have to understand that we live in a mirrored, holographic universe. And it sounds really intense and all that stuff, but no, we are literally living in a hologram, and things are not as solid as you think they are, okay? This is a very dense world, it is, but it's not as solid, it's not as dense. And so I promise you, there's a lot of real magic here. There's a lot of energies that are working with you and for you, and you are the one that is making them work against you, because it is a mirrored hologram. So if you don't accept yourself, accept the little things that come into your life, accept all your flaws, accept yourself for who you are, then others are not going to do the same. They're only going to be reflecting your insecurities. And so how can you receive if you continue to repel yourself or repel others through a mentality where you're not even seeing the little blessings in life? I totally understand. Sometimes we get depressed. Sometimes we feel as if it's never going to end. Sometimes we feel it really feels as if this whole world is falling apart on us, especially if we worked hard for something, right? Especially for those people that work hard for something and all of a sudden the universe just takes it away from you. And I promise you, it doesn't seem as horrible as it may seem, as if we're making it seem. You know, sometimes the universe has to take away things for you to kind of wake up and see another reality, to be back in alignment. This happens a lot with failed marriages and failed, relationships, but failed jobs and careers. We believe that without our careers that we work so hard for, we're nothing. But I promise you that that is not true. If we start to see things as working for us, not to us, then we start to allow things to come into our reality that are greater, that are more positive. And we'll start to understand and see things with more compassion. And so this is kind of my message to you, that if you want love, yes, absolutely, you have to give, but you have to receive it. Because love is everywhere. Love is literally everywhere because everything is made from love. So if you want love to come to you, you have to tune into the fact that it's already here through the little things. It's already here through the little blessings, the little gifts that people give you, the little lunches, the little hellos, the little goodbyes. That is love. That is love coming into your space. And the more you can tune into it and recognize it, then the more you realize that you are in love. And then your ultimate love will show up for you. That's just the way it works, you see. That is the art of receiving. I really hope that I can give you this message, because even talking about this, I feel so inspired myself, because I see it in my life. I see it in my life, and I've been seeing it little by little. And I remember at one point, I was scared, and at one point I didn't allow love to come into my life because I was scared. Because I was scared to like take from people. You see, like I was scared to be like, oh, this is Iris and she just takes from people. Because we also know people that are like takers, you know, that they that they love to receive, you know, but they never give. We all know a lot of people like that. I didn't want to become that person, so I didn't allow myself to receive things. And it sucks. Because I used to be that person that was like really just like really frustrated. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like I give love, but I'm not receiving the love back. I'm not receiving the blessings. I'm not seeing this abundance. And everybody's telling me, well, see the abundance. It's everywhere, and see how your life is abundant. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, I'm broke as fuck. So it's hard for me to see how my life is abundant. And then I realized, oh shit. You know, like, people are like, okay, you have to think like you're rich. But when you're broke as fuck, it's like, how can you think that you're rich? When you're so lonely, how could you think that you're not alone, right? And so I started to realize is that it's not something that you can just switch. No, it's something that takes time and it takes practice. But guess what? I was determined to just get out of the place that I was. I was determined to stop feeling lonely. I was determined to stop being broke. And so I started to just kind of allow the little tiny blessings that would come into my life by thanking them and really taking notice of them. Like, because it's like, okay, I don't have that much money, I can't be going out, I can barely pay rent right now, but I know my life is not as bad as other people. And there's always going to be a chain of people whose lives are worse than yours. So it was more like, fuck, I do have things that are going on in my life. I have this apartment, which is becoming very difficult to maintain right now, sure, but I have this apartment and I've lived here and I love everything that I did here. And I love every tiny little ornament, book, piece of furniture, everything that I put. I love all the love that I gave here. You see, I gave so much love into building what I have. And, you know, my ego kicks in and says, you're losing it, you're losing it. Iris, you're losing it. And you have a choice. Right there and then, you have a choice. A motherfucking choice. You can choose to be like, damn, fuck, I'm losing it. No, my place is so beautiful, I'm losing it. Or you can say, I really don't want to lose it. I want to keep it. See, cut out the I don't want to lose. I want to keep it. And I'm so happy that I have it. Because my fucking eviction notice hasn't come yet. So I'm gonna choose to enjoy what I have. And that is choosing abundance. That is choosing to receive and open your channels up to receiving and understanding that you have this with you. And right now, yes, I'm talking about material things, but this applies the same thing to feeling lonely. Know that you have people that surround you and that love you. And you can like blend the two, like material and spiritual and emotional things are all the same thing. They all fall in the same category. Why? Because they fill us one way or another. You know, when I take a picture, like I took this picture. I took this freaking picture and I couldn't be any more proud. And that's my work. And I could always look at this picture and it's material. It's material, but I will always look at this picture and say, I took that picture. I was there and I love that picture. So that's what I'm saying. And even, well, the other pictures that I have, I took them as well. But you see, that is spiritual to me. That is emotional to me. And that is material. So this idea applies in every sense of the word. This idea of, I feel crappy and I can't get out of it. No, you have to start by understanding that you do have some sort of blessings in your life. And then you will start getting little blessings from people that you don't know and people that you do know, and then it'll come, and all of a sudden you start making money and you start doing something that you absolutely love and you find love and end of story. Happily ever after. But the truth is that's the truth. Understanding that everything's a blessing. Not freaking out so much. I know that there's a lot of things that we need to let go, and that is when you have to get into deeper work. Work really on the heart and on the self. But if you're really feeling like you give a lot of love and you don't receive, really pay attention to what I just said. Pay attention to the fact that just count your tiny little blessings and the little tiny ones that come in. And if people want to pay for you for something, then fucking go for it. You know, that is a gift. That is a freaking gift. And so that is tuning into abundance. And that is how you receive love. Okay? By letting these things come into your experience, by letting the compliments come into your experience, by letting the outings, by letting the adventures come into your experience. That is how you tune in. I love you guys. And you're more than welcome to leave me a message, or you know where to reach me.